Hey guys, I'm Alejandro, and I'm an average tennis player. So unfortunately last week, I tested positive for COVID, which kind of put me out of commission. On the bright side, I'm feeling loads better this week, which means back to training. The other bit of news is that France is under total lockdown this month, so unfortunately, no tennis. Which considering is actually pretty good timing, seeing as I would have had to stay home anyways. But the training must go on. This just means we're gonna have to get a little creative. Let's get to it. Before we start, a quick update to the budget. Bought a few things to help with the training. Nothing too big, but definitely some key components to some important drills and exercises. So that makes our new total $401. So luckily I was able to get on the tennis court once, right before lockdown and before getting sick, to do this one exercise. So for this exercise, the forehand side of the court is going to get divided into 5 zones. In the first zone, middle of the court to green, the idea is simply to make a slight adjustment step to hit the ball. In the second zone, green to yellow, 1 lateral shuffle step. In the third zone, yellow to red, it will be 2 lateral shuffle steps. In the fourth zone, red to outside of singles court, 1 cross step followed by a lateral step. In the fifth zone, which unfortunately is out of the frame of this angle, is any ball past the singles court. There, the idea is just to run as quickly as possible with initially pivoting the front leg inwards to get into sprinting position. So the goal of this exercise is to learn to identify the distance to the ball to set up most efficiently for the stroke, which will both increase reaction speed and lower as much as possible those tiresome extra steps. For now, I think it's going to be important to exaggerate those movements until I do them so often that it becomes natural. I also need to improve drastically my reaction time, particularly for those balls on the outside of the court that I'm barely reaching and often off balance. For all the other exercises, we head back home. The next exercise is on the step ladder. The concept of this exercise is very simple. As you go through the swinging motion, advance and finish with your off foot in the next quadrant of the ladder. This exercise is great for a number of reasons. The first is to increase overall footwork precision by gaining awareness of your feet. The second is to ensure a proper forward momentum on each swing. The third and final reason is to work those upper legs and squatting muscles by forcing a longer and lower jump, and that it definitely does. I wish I could say that my legs started burning at the end of the 30 minutes of this exercise, but it definitely took less than 10 minutes for me to feel that my legs were about to fall off. The next exercise is on the aerobic stepper. Conceptually similar to the previous exercise, you begin with your dominant leg on the stepper, and as you go through the swing motion, your off leg ends up on the stepper. This exercise forces you to bend your knees enough to counteract the excessive height of the stepper and meet the ball at the right level. This exercise would be better with a ball, but for now we'll practice the technique, condition my body with an important emphasis on my legs because they definitely need it, until we can get out on the court and practice with a ball. This exercise, just like the previous one, are a testament that I was not bending my knees like I should during my 2+ hour long tennis matches that I could go through with relative ease, whereas with these exercises, 10 minutes and my legs were on fire. The great thing is I have a lot of time to run through these drills over and over until I get it right. The final exercise is called the hop. Again, an exercise that would benefit greatly by being out on the court with a ball, but there'll be time enough for that later. The purpose of the exercise is to go from one of the starting cones towards the center cone representing the ball, and to lift off and land on the same foot, landing in front of the semicircle created by the cones. This assures that your shoulders and torso are leaning into the ball to be able to achieve this forward momentum. And that's it. Those are some of the exercises I'm going to be doing on a daily basis to improve my footwork. And now all that's left is my iconic Breakfast Club ending. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon.